you, Member. And the call is to the member for Short.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I call on the member for Dobell to join with me in expressing her concern about the cuts that have taken place in this budget directed towards youth. On the Central Coast, there's a very high level of youth unemployment, and the actions of this government in cutting the support services to young people to help them get jobs is enormous. Now, in this budget, we've seen Youth Connection gone, and they provided a vital service on the Central Coast. They will finish, or they will close on the 30th of June this year. Mr Deputy Speaker, and it's interesting to hear the member taking credit for the Jobs and Skills Training Centre. That was funded under the Labor government. Quite a controversial project, but Mr Deputy Speaker, it's really interesting to see that the member standing up in this House taking credit for something that her side of Parliament has absolutely nothing to do with. Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, this budget is going to be really hard on young people. If they lose their jobs, they'll be there without any income support whatsoever. Mr Deputy Speaker, could you please bring the member for Dobell to order? I deserve some sort of protection when I'm giving a speech.
Thank you, Member, but I'll conduct the chair.
Right. Okay, so go for it, member for Dobell, because the chair is not going to provide any protection whatsoever to me whilst I speak. Mr Deputy Speaker, Youth Connections is, as I mentioned, is a provider on the Central Coast that has provided a lot of support to young people, particularly disadvantaged young people. Add to that the partnership brokers, the School Business Community Partnership Broker Program, which fosters a whole-of-community approach to support young people as they learn and develop, something that the member for Dobell obviously doesn't support. I'd also like to add that this government's ripped money out of the budget by moving away from the Australian Apprenticeship Access Program, once again something the member for Dobell obviously doesn't support. If you're a job seeker experiencing well, obviously you don't, member for Dobell, because you're voting and you're supporting the money being ripped out of the budget.
Now, it's a very extreme thing to remove a member, and I certainly don't
Mr Deputy Speaker, if a job seeker experiences difficulty finding employment, well, then this is what the Australian Apprenticeship Access Program was about. They help with free job preparation, free industry training, connection with actual employers, great programs. This government is just handing out punishment to unemployed youth. It's not providing any support whatsoever to help them find jobs.
Thank you, Member.